Always, we're very excited about the conference meet. It's a highlight meet of the year. Obviously, this year with COVID and everything, getting the team there is an accomplishment in itself, and we're excited about the opportunity for the student athletes. We've had a surprisingly successful spring season in terms of being able to have a number of meets, and the season has been relatively normal. So knock on wood, we all get negative tests and today, and then we look forward to this weekend. Yeah, as always, we try to have a well-rounded team. But if we look at the results from this season, a couple of highlights have Alyssa Colbert in the discus and the hammer throw has been amazing. She actually returned as a fifth-year graduate student last year with spring being canceled, and as a discus thrower, which in the hammer thrower, which are outdoor only events, she really was impacted. So she did her internship over the summer and into the fall, kept herself in shape, and now has had an amazing spring season. Has set the school record multiple times in the discus throw. Needless to say, we're very excited about her. And then when we're talking about throwers, Sarah Williams in the shot put just last meet set a school record. So Sarah's also ranked in the top 8 in 3 events, shot put, hammer, and discus. So her versatility is amazing, and we're really excited about our throwers. Then if we move to the jumps, certainly our pole vaulters have been a fantastic group on this team. And the long jump as well, we're very excited about our long jumpers. And then when we move to the middle distance, we're looking at Meg Champagne as a graduate student coming into 10K, and we have 3 other people in the 10K, hoping to have a lot of people being able to score in the 10K. And we have a young runner, Elizabeth Martel, who's running really well, and she's going to be in the 800. And then, of course, our captain and Kayla Barreto in the 1500 with Nicole Yeomans as well, and another freshman in the 1500. So, but we always try to have a well-rounded team and have people in every event. Yeah, I think that obviously COVID has affected preparation. Some kids have had to quarantine. We've had a couple small shutdowns. There's no doubt we didn't have an indoor season, so it's been very different this year. No question about it. But I think the mindset is that the athletes are very excited for the opportunity to compete, and they're very excited to be able to compete in a championship meet. And we're excited as coaches to provide them with that opportunity. And they're really looking forward to the meet. They're as excited as any team has been to go to this meet that I can in recent memory. So we can use that as a springboard to success, that excitement and that enthusiasm that the student athletes are bringing to this. I think it's been very challenging, but one thing that I've found with COVID is the resilience of the student athletes and the excitement of the student athletes when it comes to competition and practice has been actually motivating to me as a coach and us as a staff. We owe it to them to give it our best because they're giving their best for sure. So that's how I feel about it going into it. Yeah, we do our own thing. And we've had success. We've been runner up in this meet. We had a 3-year stretch there a couple years back. We figure if we can get our events, take care of our business and not worry about Albany. So, we want to have 4 people scoring a 10K. We want to have our hammer throwers throw well, take care of our events. We'll get our share of points and we'll see where we end up. We obviously, one of the goals always for the program is to be in that, I guess one of the ways that I look at it is that top 4. So that'd be like making the semifinal in a tournament type of situation. There's 10 teams in the league, want to be in that upper tier. That is obviously one of the goals that we always have. But we're not worried about, another team. That's their business. But we want to compete against that team and we want to beat that team if we're head to head for sure. and we want to beat every team. We want to beat all 9 of them.
Right.
No, again, just my biggest thing would be, the student athletes, giving them that opportunity and how excited they are, that we are having a season. A year ago, 12 months ago, we were everybody in every sport, the whole university, the whole department, we were shut down, and we were wondering what it was going to be like, who was going to get sick, how bad was this going to be. And through a lot of hard work from everybody involved, the athletic trainers, the administration, the president of the university, they've all done a lot of hard work with COVID to give these students this opportunity. So I think that needs to be recognized. And, I'm very appreciative of all the hard work that others have put in to give the students the opportunity to compete this weekend. And we want to live up to that hard work and compete as hard as we possibly can, and have as much possible success, because people have worked very, very hard behind the scenes for us to have this opportunity. And that would be the thing that I would want to impress on everybody, is how thankful we are as a program for all the work that everybody else in the department has done for us. Well, yeah, 100%. And I think that some kids actually are more appreciative than they've ever been. I specifically talked to Zach Astel about this last year, and he's a men's thrower, but I was talking to just yesterday. Zach was really upset when the season was canceled. It was his senior year. He was in great shape, and he basically had to make a decision to come to grad school and stick around and train for an additional year so he can have the opportunity for this weekend. Same with Alyssa Colbert. Same with Meg Champagne. Same with Michaela Connery. Same with Nico. Um, these are all kids that returned because their final season was taken away from them, and they returned, and have gone to graduate school. Really, have changed their course of their educational life, so they can compete in these meets, in this meet in particular. So, yeah, I'm amazingly impressed with these students and these athletes for that level of dedication. And they're very, very excited for the opportunity to go out there and compete. And not just graduate students, everybody, even the freshmen, because they didn't get their senior year in high school. So they're able to, this is the first championship meet a lot of these people have run in it's been 2 years, because they didn't have a championship meet since spring of 19, if you think about it. So it's been a long time coming. Track and field really took a, we've had multiple seasons canceled. We didn't have a championship last spring. We didn't have a championship in cross country in the fall. We didn't have a championship indoors. And so we were able to have a cross country race this semester, which was great. And now we're able to have a real complete championship off of a season this weekend. It's been a long time. And these kids are super, super psyched and excited and ready to go. And that's really the highlight of this weekend is the opportunity. And the results will speak for themselves. The results are the results. One thing I've noticed, though, in this whole thing is, particularly for the runners, but also for the throwers and jumpers and sprinters, is when the gun goes off or when their name gets called, COVID is all over. They don't even think about it. When the race is going on, it's racing. It's track and field. When they're going to run down the runway to jump, it's not COVID time. They're an athlete running down the runway and exploding off the board and jumping. And that's really nice to see, and really nice to have them experience that. Now all the coaches are walking around, wearing masks and no fans. And so there's huge differences. But in the moment of competition, the kids are able to compete at the highest levels, and they're not worried about COVID. And that's a really nice thing, because a year ago, we were worried about COVID, anything we were doing. So this is refreshing and nice.